Good day. How are you? I'm doing all right, but right now in Texas, we're dealing with a storm, and on top of this, Blizzard is doing maintenance, so I can't play World of Warcraft right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over something known as Epic City. This is an Islamic town that they want to build in Texas. It's either built, they're going to build it, or they want to build it. It's one of those three. The articles that I found couldn't specify whether this city had been built, but according to what I've read so far, the city is based in Islam and Sharia law. We don't want this Sharia law in Texas because it will uh, it will victimize its adherents, and that's that's a no-no. Texas doesn't need some kind of foreign law operating inside of itself. But I'm afraid it's already too late. It may already be operating, and we just don't know because they're being shady about how they distribute the information. I tried to do a live video on YouTube, but it wouldn't let me. So my next best option is here. I'm using OBS, and I like the OBS Studio. I'm not sure how to show me, so I'm going to show you what I'm searching as I go about this. Hopefully it works out and we can figure out whether Epic City has been built or not. You know, I'm afraid that as time goes on, these so-called caravans, well, that's a hint that these migrants are from the Middle East. And so they're going to bring their Sharia law with them. Let me start by going to Google. I use Google because it's mainstream. If we can't trust Google, we can't trust anything, I think. So, everybody provides a good product and a certain product. Yahoo, I use their email. Or Google, I use their search. Or, you know, Blizzard, I use World of Warcraft. I don't use some of their other products they make because they haven't invested as much infrastructure into them. So if you want to chat with me, you can find me on Facebook, and I'll try and post a link to it. Anyways, I'm going to look this up now. So here's what the AI has to say about Epic City. The Epic City can refer to a few different things. Epic City is a proposed residential community in Texas centered around a mosque and designed to be a community with faith based principles. See how they just use the generic term faith based principles. The Epic City. The World on the Streets of Calcutta is a memoir of Kushnava Chud Hurry that explores the city's history, culture, and everyday life. The term epic city can also be used more generally to describe a city with a rich history, vibrant culture, and sense of being a world unto itself. So all these descriptions might be accurate, where epic city is supposed to be a uh, a world unto itself because it's going to have that Sharia law. Look for any articles we can find. Epic City, Texas, Wikipedia. Here we go. This will help us out. So, I'll just read excerpts from it. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Epic City, Texas. I'll highlight it for you. I'll put it in the description when I upload it. Epic City is a master-planned Islamic community-centered residential development project in Texas, situated approximately 40 minutes from Dallas, near the town of Josephine. The initiative spans 402 acres across unincorporated portions of Collin and Hunt counties and was initiated by the East Plano Islamic Center. Since its announcement in 2024, the project has generated both significant interest from potential residents and controversy from political figures and social media commentators. Hmm. And this article this is what all it has to say about it. So I'm going to search. The project representative's name is Yasser Kadahi, emphasized that Epic City was not intended to be isolated from the wider community, stating, "We are not forming a cult." But that's my understanding is that Islam is a cult. We're not forming big barriers between the rest of society. We're going to be giving back to the state and in this country, and we're going to be showing what it means to be a Muslim neighborhood. All right, so what about all the Muslims in the United Kingdom and in France? Are they also showing what it means to be a Muslim neighbor? Let's look up Epic City again and see what we find. Actually, let's look up the representative. Let's see what he's about. Let's look up his name. This is what he looks like. He has a Wikipedia, and you can go see that if you want. And he also has an Instagram. I'll just show you briefly what he has. So he has some outreach. I'm gonna press back and I'm gonna see what else we got here. Dear youth, Islam is easy. So he has some YouTube content as well. I'm not going to look into that. I'm just getting a brief overview of what all information we can get about this Epic City. Cornyn calls DOJ to investigate Epic City. What is this about? It's from the Senate. Cornyn calls on DOJ to investigate Epic City following accusations of religious discrimination, Shariah Law. So this is an article that you can read, and I'll put the link in my video as well. And it's a master plan. Once again, we have a master plan community of thousands of Muslims. So what does the term master planned mean? Are there going to be slave planned as well? I don't know. When it, my background is in IT, so when I hear there's a master control and a slave control in the computer, so when I hear slave and master, that's what I think of. If there's a master, there must be a slave as well. So I'm not sure about all this Epic City stuff. But anyways, enough about Epic City. For the moment, I wanted to show you something. I enjoy music. I have varied tastes in music, and I wanted to show you some of the music I enjoy.
So you think you know Wix, but do you really? First up, we've got
Have you heard of the ship called the Good Reuben James, armed by
That song you just heard is called The Sinking of the Reuben James, and it's sung by the Kingston Trio. I don't know anything about the Kingston Trio. I just know that the song was written by a man who had kind of a leftist view. So I like this version of the song. It sounds nice, and I like the way that the guitar and the banjo play a part in it. Thank you for watching my video. Before I depart, I'm going to read something. Mark 1:1. John prepares the way. This is the beginning of the good news about Jesus Christ, the Son of God. The prophet Isaiah wrote, I am sending my messenger ahead of you to prepare the way for you. A voice cries out in the desert, prepare the way of the Lord, make his paths straight. Amen. Thank you for watching.